Hey y'all, we are back and we have another grant. And this grant opportunity is for $5,000. $5,000 of free money that you do not have to pay back. And when I tell y'all, this is going to be one of the easiest grant applications, and I am not exaggerating. It is 2 questions, y'all. 2 questions, probably going to take you about 5 minutes, 10 if you want to sit and reflect a little bit, but this is the one for the money, y'all. If you are new to the channel, welcome, subscribe. I am Ebony, a licensed attorney out of the state of Missouri. And on this channel, we focus on grants, legal tips, and setting the foundation for your business to get you to generational wealth, because money is good today, but we want our stuff to serve generation after generation after generation. If you get anything of value out of this video, beginning, middle, end, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on your bell, because $5,000 to answer 2 questions, you do not want to miss this opportunity. Check out the small business grant playlist. There are several opportunities listed there. The nonprofit grant playlist. I have also launched an ebook. This is 30 pages of content. We talk about before you get the grant, applying for the grant, if you don't get the grant, finding the grant, all the stuff that you need to consider, documents you need to get together, and go to the website. There are several 5-star reviews in case you're on the fence about supporting this book that I have put out. There's going to be a discount code in the description that gives you a little bit more off than an already reduced price. If you would like to support the channel so I can continue to provide these resources free of charge on YouTube, come on over to the Patreon. I'm going to quickly share my screen so you can see what's in there in case you want to join. All right, so here's the Patreon. Yes, the information is locked. However, once you become a member, the information will be unlocked. I post different grant opportunities on here, or anything that I think will be helpful for individuals that are on their entrepreneurship journey. So we do articles, we do all types of stuff, not just grants, but it's mainly to support the channel so we can keep coming over here on YouTube for these free resources. Now, I know y'all sitting here like $5,000 and I only have to answer 2 questions and it's just 5 minutes of my time. Yes, it is true. And then on top of that, y'all, you get a mentorship with attorneys. Okay, so I know that I charge $250 an hour, which is not even a lot of money considering I have 14 years of experience. So that's just, some on the website. These individuals, if they're at private firms, are charging upwards of $500 per hour, some of them $1,000 per hour, especially if they're on the West Coast. So just the mentorship alone is going to be astronomical when it comes to your business, especially when you're thinking about trademarking your business, contracts for your business, legally protecting your business. So the things that we sometimes tend to forget about when we start a business, we forget about the lawyer. We want to go do the graphics. We want to go do the logos. We might get an accountant. We forget about the accountant too. So think about the mentorship, but $5,000, y'all. So I really don't have a lot of requirements, but I will say there's only 2 questions, and here they are. The first question to me is hysterical, because when I read it, I said, a lawyer definitely wrote this question. So the first question says, and I'm going to read it to y'all. Brief, because I always say you need to be concise and to the point, because that is the lawyer in me. But a brief, non-confidential description of your business is question number 1. So brief, concise, non-confidential, because they're not trying to have anybody sue them because they have released confidential information about your business, and it has to be 100 words or less. So they want you to be very concise with that. And then the second question, which y'all know one of these questions, and you should already have this written down in your little book: what you gonna do with the money? And they give you 500 words for that. So remember, when I've had these conversations with you all in the past, I always talk about the fact that you want to break it down. You can do percentages, but we always want to take into consideration who? Uncle Sam, the man that has his hand out and we know he has done absolutely no work. So if you're getting $5,000, a lot, 10%, 5%, whatever, because what we don't want is for your business to fail primarily because you owe taxes, right? And then you can't get business loans because they're going to ask you if you have back taxes, and then if there's any liens, and we just don't want to do that. Other requirements: 18 years of age or older, US only. So this is not a global opportunity, but do not forget to check out the global opportunities that are in the small business grant playlist. There are several there, and I've also posted other ones. I think one was for $20,000 and another one was for $100,000. So definitely get into that grant playlist if you're looking for global opportunities and you are not located in the US. And I posted one that is specific to Africa because I do get individuals that are asking me for those specifically. So look that up as well. It's a for-profit business only, so it cannot be a nonprofit. Your business must have been established by January 1. So if you incorporated your business, established your business on January 1 of 2020, then you are eligible to apply for this grant opportunity. And it's on a rolling basis. So this isn't a grant opportunity that has a specific deadline, but not really. So as soon as you see this, if you are eligible to apply, get your application in, especially considering it is only 2 questions. And that's kind of all I got, y'all. So let's get over into this application. And I did do 2 sample answers. As I've said before, if for whatever reason you're not eligible, pay attention to these answers. Also, if you would like for me to take your business and use it as an example when I'm doing these grant walkthroughs, leave me a comment below. So with this one, it's what did I do, like a wood making, like somebody that makes tables out of wood and turns them into portraits. So if you have a business and you're like, oh man, I've been struggling with grants, and this is a way, if you don't want to book a consultation right now and you have a business, and maybe you do have a business that does wood tables, listen to these examples, y'all. So let's get into it. This opportunity is sponsored by Corporate Counsel Women of Color. So this is the Women of Color lawyers that is sponsoring this grant opportunity. I will say that it's stated that the grants go through September 2023. It's on a rolling basis. So my only guesstimate, because I couldn't find an ironclad deadline, would be September the 30th. However, again, as soon as you see this, get your 2 questions answered and submitted, because we don't want them to run out of money before it's your turn to get your $5,000 of free money. And then they are looking for women of color entrepreneurs. So if you identify as a woman of color and you believe that your business is ready for this $5,000, but like I said, the mentorship is going to be way more valuable than $5,000 because you get to work with lawyers, okay? And we expensive. So let's look at the application. You're going to scroll down. We already looked at the eligibility. I did forget to say that you must have generated $25,000 since January 1 of 2020. So not $25,000 in 1 year. So in the past 3 years or so, you must have generated $25,000 into your business. So then the background information, your name, your address, phone number, email, business or product, company website, your annual gross sales, which is $25,000. What is your sector? What state is your business currently in? And then the non-confidential description. So as I told you all, we talked about creating wood tables that are portraits. So our business specializes in crafting unique hand-carved wooden tables that double as portraits. Each table is meticulously carved to bring portraits to life on its surface. Combining the functionality of a table with the artistic allure of a portrait, our creations are a blend of functional furniture and stunning visual art, making them a conversation-worthy centerpiece for any space. Whether capturing cherished memories or showcasing artistic expressions, our hand-carved wooden tables seamlessly blend functionality and artistry to create timeless and personalized pieces that elevate interior spaces with elegance and creativity. And this is 100 words or less. So remember, it must be 100 words or less in order for you to be eligible. We don't want 101 words, 100 words or less. Copy and paste to that Word document and get that word count, and make sure if you need to cut some words, do that. And then they gave you plenty of words to talk about what you're going to do with the money. So they really wanted you to break this down. I'm not going to read this word for word, but we're going to go through the categories that I selected for this. So I did an intro where I talked about, getting the $5,000, how it will be an opportunity to advance my company. And then we broke it down to artistic enrichment, which is 25%. So all of my percentages will equal to 100%. And I recommend that you break it down this way so they can really get an idea of where each dollar is going to go. And then this is going to be allocated to the enhancement of our portfolio, collaborate with other artists. So that will allow us to then produce more, and we'll be able to produce higher quality items because we're able to hire individuals, that cost a little bit more money than others. And then 20% for digital amplification. So to be directed towards amplifying our digital footprint. So this is going to be marketing, social media marketing, all those things that you have to think about in this new age, because yes, passing out flyers works, hitting the pavement works. However, most folks are online in some capacity, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, X, TikTok, the new one, I forget that Instagram has now, Threads. So they're all over the place, Snapchat. So we definitely need to have a digital footprint at this point. And then market expansion will be 20%. It'll support our participation in critical trade shows. So this is definitely a product where it probably would do well at a trade show. So think about that. If you have a product, some products aren't going to do well at trade shows, but definitely think about your market and where your people are. And then operational enhancement is going to be 15%. And then investing in upgraded equipment, exactly, to cut the wood, all those different types of things to etch into the wood. So this is going to be 15% of what we're going to do. 10% for community engagement. As I've said in previous videos, and I'm going to continue to say, you need to make sure that you are giving back to your community, because grantors want to see that not only are you, creating generational wealth for yourself, but what are you giving back, reaching back, reach one, teach one. And that's going to be important because they want to make sure that you have an impact that is going to be long lasting. And then they also want to make sure that you don't forget that without community, most of us will not be able to be successful, because those are our buyers as well. And then we would designate it for workshops and then foster local community engagement. And then the tax obligations, 10%. So a portion of the grant will be reserved to fulfill tax obligations to the IRS on the income generated by our business. Ensuring compliance with tax regulation is essential for the sustainability, growth, and reputation of our enterprise. Remember, y'all, it's one thing to own a business, but it's another thing to think like a business owner. And a business owner is going to think about the fact that you're going to have tax obligations on, it doesn't really matter the amount at this point, right? Because it's going to be considered revenue to your business. So when you get ready to file your taxes, it's going to have to be reported. And depending on the dollar amount that is reported and the amount that is earned, you might end up having to pay taxes on that. But of course, depending if, you spent more than you earn, you could be operating at a loss, but that's a conversation for your accountant. And then I did a conclusion just saying essentially what this will do for the organization. Now, what I will say is I did do an intro and a conclusion, and I was at like 477 words because I did the copy and pasting. However, if you feel that you need more words to talk about what you're going to do with the money, then I would cut your conclusion down to maybe one sentence and your intro to one sentence, or you might not necessarily need that because they're not necessarily asking for it. But I felt like I was concise enough in what I was going to do with the money that I could give it the intro and outro, which makes it flow a little bit better as they're reading it. And then upload a photo of your business or product if applicable. It is applicable, okay? So do not double negative, upload a photo, okay? Because even if it's you holding your product, if it's you providing the service, they need an imagery of who they are going to be working with and who they are going to give $5,000 of free money that you do not have to pay back. So definitely, as I say, if they give you room to talk more or give more, talk more and give more. So $5,000 plus a mentorship, less than 10 minutes, I think 5 minutes. If you have been following some of my recommendations and writing your answers down, you should be able to just copy and paste, especially what you're going to do with the money as far as budgeting, and you switch up the percentages if you're not using a dollar amount. And then telling them about your business, that should definitely, that's your elevator pitch. So I know you're going to get this money. Please tell me when you get this money. Let me know if you want me to talk about your business in the next grant application. Put a comment down there. Other than that, you got something of value, like, share, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Turn on your notification bell, because $5,000 in less than 5 minutes. Please tell me you did not miss this opportunity. But if you did, check out the small business grant playlist, go to the nonprofit grant playlist, get the ebook, come to the Patreon. Sign up for the email list because I put stuff in there as well. I want to thank you for taking time out of your day to spend with me virtually. I want to thank you for supporting the channel. And wherever you are in the world, I hope that you are having a beautiful day. And I will see you all next time.